Good morning or good afternoon. Today we are discussing solution sets to two variable linear equations. You can find your guided notes on page 56 of your notebook. In this graph right here, we have the function f of x equals 2/3 x plus 2. This is the graph of that. And we're going to discuss how do we get all of the points that are on this graph from that equation. So the key thing to know is that any point that is on this line will make this equation true, or we would say it satisfies the equation. So in number one, it says the point 3, 4 is a solution to the equation. How can you justify this by looking at the graph? So I'm going to go over to the point 3, 4. So I go right 3 and up 4, and notice that there is a point on the line right there. So the way we know that 3, 4 would make this equation true is because it is on the line. So the point 3, 4 is on the line. Now let's also show that it satisfies this equation by substituting it in. So we're going to put 3 for x and then 4 for y, or f of x. So it kind of gets flip-flopped from the way it's written in the ordered pair. X is on the left and y is on the right, but in the equation, y is on the left. So we flip-flop that. Make sure you're substituting the right number for the right variable. All right, so then we'll take 2/3 times 3. So like 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 2 gives us 4. So we're left with 4 equals 4, which is a true statement. So that shows that 3, 4 satisfies that equation. And we also see that 3, 4 is on the line. Number 3 asks, is 6, 7 a solution to this equation? So let's start at 0, 0. We'll go right 6, up 7. That's right here. This point is not on the line. So no, 6, 7 is not on the line. So let's see what happens. Excuse me. If we substitute 6, 7 into our equation. So I'm going to put 7 for f of x, and we're putting in 6 for x, 2/3 times 6. So I'm going to take 6 divided by 3, which is 2, and then 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 gives us 6. 7 does not equal 6. So we would just say 6, 7 does not satisfy the equation, and that is why 6, 7 is not on the line. Only points that satisfy the equation would be on our line. Number 5 says, state another solution to this equation. Use the graph to justify your answer. So let's just look at the entire graph. I mean, there's an infinite amount of points on it. So just pick one. I picked this one, which we're going left. 1, 2, 3. So that puts you at -3 on the x-axis. And then we go up 0. So that's the ordered pair -3, 0. And we know it would satisfy the equation because it is on the line. Now let's prove that it satisfies the equation by substituting that in. Okay, well, first it says state another point, but this time we're going to use the equation to justify our answer. So I looked at my graph, and I chose -6, -2. So substituting -6 in for x and -2 in for y, or f of x. 2/3 times -6 is -4. -4 add 2 is -2. So we get -2 equals -2. So that proves that -6, -2 is on the line, and it satisfies the equation. Next, it says to state a point that is not a solution. Okay, so I mean any point that is not on the line you can use. So there's an infinite amount of correct answers, okay? I went with 0, 0. 0, 0 is not on the line. And then substituting that into my equation, 2/3 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. So when I substitute in 0, 0, I get a false statement. 0 does not equal 2. So 0, 0 does not satisfy the equation, and 0, 0 is not on the line. Yay, we're done.